Welcome back everyone to my Machine Rebellion Stellaris Let's Play using a new DLC, Synthetic Dawn, as well as its accompanying patch, the Capek patch. So in the first video, this event kept me quite busy. It's called the Throne of Gods, and I think I've had it before actually, though I wasn't sure in the first video. So I believe at some point I'm going to have to hunt down these cultists. I'll probably have to create a decent fleet to do it, and that's not easily done when you lack minerals at the start of the game. Especially in a Capek patch, because corvettes used to cost a base amount of 60 minerals, and that's gone up. It's now 100 with the recent balance changes to fleets and ships. So I'm not going to be doing that quite yet, but I do have some ships moving around here and there to do a bit of exploration. In fact, I'm going to send one to that system where those cultists are likely to be. I've got a scientist who's very good at finding anomalies, so I've got them going out. I don't think I'm going to do anything with this one. I can't get that anomaly quite yet. There is actually an event coming up, the Habitable Worlds surveying event, so I think that's when I'll put them back into action and start surveying all of these planets I found. There's likely to be an empire down here as well, so we can even see a bit of details on that planet. It's a savannah world, so yeah, even before you've met them you can find a bit about them, which is useful. Let's get on with things though. Let's unpause. Hoping to find some primitives as well coming up, haven't found any yet. There's an encounter over in the Alpha Hydri system supposedly, and that is a curator probably. So yeah, they usually sell you stuff or provide a service. There's another planet over there. Right. Communications established, so yeah, this is an empire, the Sidamatus Serene Union. And they look, well, rather tree-like, don't they? So they are spiritualist seekers, they are fanatic pacifists. That means they can only use the defensive wars only policy, so they can't declare war on us. So that's beneficial to me, definitely, having them nearby. They also are spiritualists, so they're not going to like us too much since we are materialists. So yeah, our way lies forward in our hands. Don't think it matters which option you take there. And this is our first alien encounter, certainly with any intelligent aliens. Changes everything, of course. So yeah, we got some extra influence for doing that. Those are probably normal creature aliens rather than empires. I'm not going to do them yet because yeah, I want to get that first, and I think I've mentioned that. Right, so if we come in here we can see them in more detail though. So yeah, that's pretty low on the old opinion. If they can't declare war on me, it may be a very good idea to actually just rival them straight away. It's not a bad idea, but I don't know. I think I'm going to consider it. I'm not going to do it quite yet. It would give me extra influence for rivaling. The thing is though, these guys could join in a federation with someone, and then they would be able to, the federation would be able to declare war against me, so I have to remember that eventually coming up, but hopefully I would have conquered them by the time they have any chance of joining up with someone. There's an Alpine world there, size 25, which is the best possible size of planet, and it's on the verge of going into their territory, so I imagine I need to rush to construct a ship to make an outpost down there, or a colony ship coming up, so I need to save up some minerals, definitely. Cultist marauders encountered. Right, it's more of the Throne of Gods.
Anomaly found.
Here, let's close that for the time being. Right, so there's 4 ships. Are we actually in combat? No, but I don't want to stay there, that's for sure. So let's bring those out. Okay. Okay, I think I'm going to get caught, sadly. Oh wow, I was very lucky. Got out with a second to spare, less than a second probably. Okay.
System survey concluded.
Right. So all of the territory, yeah, all of that's been surveyed within my territory. I'm actually going to move down here, and I really want to secure this. So let's survey the sun. That will allow me to make an outpost. Now I'll actually survey the planets down here. Right. And I'm waiting for the habitable planets event before using that one. Okay. Right. That can stay there. I guess I could look in there, but I don't think I will. Yeah, I really need to secure a route over here before they go blocking me off, I think. So that's going to be the big priority in the early game. Encounter an FL. Yet another curator, okay. So that's 2 over here. Can't remember what the last one was. Right. When's that robot done? Nearly done. That's nearly done. Colony ship cost has actually been increased. Now it's 500. So you really can't get colony ships out anywhere near as quickly as you used to be able to. Now in previous Let's Plays I've always picked the expansion tradition to start out. But in this Let's Play, with science being so important, I'm actually going to pick up Discovery as my first pick. This will reduce the chance of anomaly fail risk, and also increase the chance of anomaly discovery chance. And you can see the finisher, there's extra research. I'm actually gonna split my early picks between the two, which does increase the cost of each one, but they've actually reduced how much extra it costs in Capek, I believe, a little bit. So I think it's more worthwhile. I would probably only do this very early game. Yeah, maybe not late game, but yeah, I think it's going to be worthwhile. There are some changes in here as well in the Capek patch. For instance, the old mining bonuses are gone from Prosperity and Discovery, and the old terraforming bonus there is gone as well. There's quite a few changes here and there actually. Let's adopt that though. So I'm going to get that first, and then I'm going to rush down to this one, Reach for the Stars, to lower the influence cost. Then I may go for that, or go for that. That gives you extra research points for surveying. This used to be a lot more powerful than it currently is, but it's still pretty good. Okay.
Construction project concluded.
I think I'll change the voiceover every 10 years or so if I remember. I'll try and remember. And then eventually settle with probably whatever ethic we are. Right, so 144. I need 200 for an outpost. How much is this going to cost me? Is there any... Oh, there's a 3 source of mineral. Oh no, it's not. It's a 2. I'll do 1 more mineral then. Here. Pirates will happen at some point. I believe they're still in the game. Not 100% sure actually, but yeah, we'll see coming up. Gonna have a small fleet ready by then. But it's only happens when you get your first colony ship out.
Construction project concluded.
Okay, I need to make another robot. That means that one is just finished. And that is a good tile for it. I need to clear that. Coming up. Yeah, I want robots and all my minerals and food pretty much. Right, so let's go up a bit. Right. Yeah, let's make a robot here then. Oh, wrong one. Build pop. Robots. I really want to clear that tile as well. It's quite cheap, so I will do it when I can afford it. Right. Let's clear that. Okay. Right, so it looks like quite a bit has been surveyed down there. That's scientists. I'm going to survey the whole system because I really need to get it constructed down here. It's probably going to cost a couple of hundred in influence. Something I should show you, I guess now. If we come into Expansion Planner, you can see this is pretty expensive. In fact, you cannot colonize for less than 100 influence now. That's the cheapest it gets. And it used to be 30, so that's a really massive change. So influence has become more important than ever, actually. And Capek was pretty important before. Communications established, artisan troop. At this point in the game, I can't really do much with them, so... But they're over there, I think they were. Can't remember.
Construction project concluded.
Okay, the mining station done. Let's get down here then. Outpost is going to cost 167 influence, 200 minerals, and 1 in maintenance, but I definitely need that. I don't think I'm going to get 200 minerals before I get 500 to colonize, and I need to get that now rather than risk losing out on it, definitely. So I think, yeah, I want to basically box these in as much as possible. They might be able to get that one. They were dry worlds. The thing is now though, all you need to colonize is actually 20% habitability, but yeah, there's no happiness cap anymore based on habitability, but it's changed quite a bit, and to be honest I can show it off much more easily when I actually colonize, so I'll do it then. Yeah, we'll have to wait for that. But happiness is going to be more of an issue, put it that way. So we've got a precursor event, the First League. We have recovered artifacts from an ancient alien civilization on Zoltan 5. If what we have learned from these artifacts is correct, this civilization was some sort of confederation that consisted of many different alien races. They called themselves the First League and appear to have coexisted in relative peace some 2 million years ago. Although the Zoltan system lies in a region of space that seems to have made up the core of their territory, a partial map found among the artifacts indicates that this First League may have covered a significant portion of our galaxy before its eventual collapse. Begins the precursors, the First League event chain.
Tile blocker cleared.
Okay, so we basically have to find out all about them, and we get a rather nice reward at the end of it, I believe. Okay, so what's going on? That's coming down, that's surveying that, that's waiting. That can wait. Right. I think, yeah, I need to give new orders for these at some point. I'm going to wait until I've made this start on this outpost, I believe, though. We found a Zuracorp, or they've made contact. I think they were up there somewhere. Right. Up to 100 minerals, I'm saving up for 200. So, what, 4 months away-ish now?
System survey concluded.
Zoltan is surveyed. That scientist can go and survey there. Yeah, I don't think I'll quite get this one out yet. There is an anomaly discovery chance. Well, it's 25% that scientist is getting that one. The other one, which is
research concluded.
Physics lab comes in. That's going to be very useful later on, but not really quite yet. So we got some of these because of debris. That's definitely useful. Because I basically can choose to research those at any point. So for that reason, I'm not inclined to go for any of them now. This one is on the direct path to getting the computer techs that I need for the machine uprising event that I'm trying to get. So that's very important. Let's go and get that straight away. Right. Okay, so 1 moment as it turns out. This constructor ship is down here in place. Let's do that. Okay, excellent. So hopefully I'll steal that before their eyes. Right, I'm going to take a brief minute out to give these new directions. Okay, I've given these ships a small amount of new orders, new directions to go in. I really need to get my minerals up, so that's going to be the focus as soon as that construct is done. And yeah, let's continue on. So yeah, that robot's getting done for that. No more minerals here though, sadly. Right. Still waiting on that habitability event for using that scientist. Which maybe I shouldn't, but I guess I am. Okay. There are some resources down here I can definitely pick up as well when our construct is finished. More worlds over here. Okay, interesting. Ooh, shrinking star. As the CPU Avamdur enters the Nugan system, something seems awry. The sun, previously registered as an ordinary dwarf star, appears to have shrunk, having lost mass at an alarming rate. The planets in the system have, as a result, recently entered ice ages. What could have caused this? Okay, you tell me. Right, there's probably an anomaly in there, I imagine. Right. Ooh, one of those curator things are down there, supposedly. Right, I think you'll have that come up there. Right. Yeah, it's probably a pretty good idea to expand towards these long paths, or paths to get to other parts of the spirals. That's a weird one over there. Right. Ooh. Stellar Devourer. From deep within the star of the Nugan system emerges a gargantuan being, larger than a typical moon. Its body radiates heat, the same wavelength of energy as the one produced by the system's star. It's eating it. The creature feasts on sunspots, devours solar flares, and we have interrupted its meal. The beast exudes light waves, rapid pulses, at an intense frequency, like a fluorescent roar.
An alien empire has established communications.
Is that the Leviathan it was on about? Right, we are not going to be able to defeat that until we've got a very large fleet, no doubt. I definitely want to get out of there pretty soon. That is a problem, potentially. The fact that there's a Leviathan on such a potentially crucial route. And that was one of the concerns I actually had for picking this map type. So, yeah, we may not be able to get over there for a very long time if indeed that prevents my ships from getting through. Hopefully it won't, because it's right in the middle of the system, but I don't know. Let's not attack it yet. Contact reports Leviathan. We have now found beings far surpassing anything encountered in our Empire's spacefaring history. Life capable of growing to an unprecedented scale, rivaling moons in size and mass. Nothing could have prepared us for this. This day will forever mark a turning point in the story of the Confederate Pilosapien Union. Let us hope we survive long enough to tell it. We are but motes of dust. I don't remember this event for Leviathans before, so maybe that is new in a recent patch. Okay. So, encountering Cothium. I could make another constructor at this point, but I'm just going to wait on that one to finish. Constructors are too expensive, I don't have enough minerals really. Right, looks like there is another alien type here, but it looks of it they are pirates. So a lot of stuff going on over here.
System survey concluded.
Okay, that system surveyed. I imagine once the outpost is made, these might all come under my territory, so I'm going to find out what's here now. These guys were a dry world, weren't they? So they're the ones that most likely able to colonize. I actually didn't check what else they're good at. They're industrious, so they are very good at extracting minerals. kind of useful, may even be useful for me to conquer actually, but I kind of want to use robots in that role, so maybe not. I do want a lot of robots. They're going to be important when the machine uprising comes. Okay. We've got a new tradition, and I'm going to start down here now. I need to get this quickly. So the opener's actually changed now. It's now colony development speed increased by 100%. Not sure what that means. Is it the time between a colony being starting to colonize and it finishing, or is it making the colony ship? Not sure which one. One of those though, I think it is. So yeah, we need to get down to there. You can see it's only going to take 34 months for the next one, so it's not really that more expensive, although I've opened 2 up. Having opening discovery tree open as well, there's when the factions come in, especially the materialists, we will actually get a happiness boost for doing that. It's another reason to
Research
get it
concluded.
Yeah, that probably will be our first faction. Naval capacity. Right, there's 2 picks I really want here. I'm going to go for the influence one first though. Right. That's what I would have wanted as the first one, but we had naval capacity instead, which wasn't really useful at that stage, but it wasn't a better option either.
Construction project concluded.
And bingo. Outpost is completed. I've stolen all this territory from the grasp. They probably would have got it if I hadn't have done that pretty quickly. Okay, so they are going to be very weak and a prime target for me to go after, definitely. Right, so now I need to get this constructor back into action. Let's pick up some more minerals. Sadly, I don't believe there's a very good amount anyway, better than 2, but 2's better than nothing. I do want to start saving that for a colony ship, but I actually probably should wait now until I get that to halve the cost. Right, science ship. Yeah, we still haven't got that habitability event. That's really surprising. You almost always get it by now. Gonna wait a little bit longer. There's actually a lot to survey now though, isn't there? So yeah, okay, I'm gonna start surveying with this, even though it's not as good as this one for doing that. Right. Okay, looks like scientists have gained a level. Right.
Construction project concluded.
Okay, that is the mining station done already. Let's do another one. Minerals, minerals, minerals. I have actually done a guide as well for the early game. It's getting on a bit now, it's a bit dated, but I do recommend you checking it out at some point. That's probably worthwhile doing it still. I'll leave a link in the cards if you go and check that out. I've got another guide as well for population specialization and citizen rights. Yeah, definitely worth checking out that guide still. Yeah, I'll also leave that in the cards. I probably did in the last video as well. Right, so what am I doing? I actually want to clear a tile, I think, coming up here pretty soon. So let's do that one.
System survey concluded.
Okay. They've changed this as well, the growth bonus. It's now based on how many planets you have, so I'm not sure how that's going to affect things yet. We'll see. That system is surveyed. Let's keep on surveying these new systems there. Nothing much there, sadly. I think, yeah, I probably need another outpost in this area just to block them in. But I also need to deal with these guys, so I need some combat ships. I need to get a colony ship out. Yeah, I've got a few things
Tile
to do.
blocker clear.
There's not much point in me colonizing the Alpine world, arguably, now. For a bit. Well, I could get rid of the outposter, so I am a bit tempted to. In fact, I may well do that and then get rid of the outpost, because it is actually reducing my influence. Right.
Construction project concluded.
Yeah. Oh, that was the robot. Okay, let's keep that there, and let's make a new one here. Right, get that food.
Construction project concluded.
And I probably need to clear another tile here actually, so let's do that one. Right, that constructor. Is that a really good source? No. 2 lots of 2. I shall go and get the... Oh wow, that's a doubler. Is that... Ah, that's the world I want to colonize soon. No, so there's not much point in getting it, I guess. Let's go and pick that up. Oh, hang on a second. That's a 3 there, isn't it? Yeah, let's do that instead. Okay, at this point you have to be a bit careful with which mines you go for, definitely. Encounter in the Veracruz black hole. Right. What is that? Preparing for ship upgrades. That is a mammalian ship, like ours, so there's probably another empire over here. That means probably didn't really want to find them there at this point, so wishing I'd moved this back, but oh well. Might as well have a look over here then. So we're about to find another empire, by the looks of it, whether I want to or not. Some ethics empires you would just want to find everyone pretty much straight away. Others, well, if I'm with mine I'm militarist and I probably want to conquer a primitive or 2, I'm thinking, so I don't want people to know of my evil deeds, basically. Right. Ah, here we go. Finally, Habitable World Survey. There's 2 options. As always, I want to do this one. It gives you extra energy and society, which is better than 20 influence, which isn't that much. Okay, so now I will be looking at all these worlds to complete that. I need to do 8 worlds. Right.
Tile blocker cleared.
Okay, so excellent. We'll have them go down there. Tempted to upgrade that, but yeah, minerals is more important. Okay. Well, I've just found another Leviathan, the automated dreadnought. And we've established communications with the divine Uko Praknar, who are all the way up there. That's surprising we found them. They are evangelizing zealots, xenophobic spiritualists, so they are not going to like us whatsoever. Okay, so we will not be held back for them. Wow, 170 negative, so mainly from infidel unbelievers. Right. I'm very tempted to rival them now. I think I'll hold off a tiny bit. They'll probably rival me pretty soon, and if they do, I'll rival them straight back. I will close borders to these guys coming up once I've blocked them in, but there's probably not much point here. And then I might rival them at the same time. So they close borders. There's not much point in me closing borders to them, or is there? No, not yet. Okay. You can actually now, there's policies for you to automatically close borders for people you meet. There's some new options in here actually. That stockpiling, don't think it's worthwhile using yet because I don't have enough food. I'm tempted to stick that on, but that lowers relations. Do any of them care about me bombing? They do. So I could lower my bombing stance. I was gonna raise my bombing stance then, but I guess I won't. Try and keep them happy for the time being. Resettlement's on. This is new within Capek, so you can now kick off people off land you take. If there's less than 5 tiles of space on a newly taken world. First contact, aggressive because we're militarists. Yeah, here's the new borders stance from default. We have to have robots because we're materialists. I'm gonna keep that. Refugees, welcome. I'm not sure if I want that, but I think I'll keep it on for the time being. Yeah, I got a feeling my empire will have lots of racists maybe at some point, depending on when a machine empire rebellion happens. So we might go a bit xenophile, might get the xenophile faction in. If the machine uprising is assimilators, that could be pretty good if we do have a lot of race types. Or a normal machine empire.
Construction project
Well, actually,
concluded.
if we get the purging type of machine empire, we could get a ton of extra unity for purging everyone. So that would be good as well, actually. Right, there's a ton of minerals here. Excellent.